Hello and welcome to a new video, and today we are flying from Düsseldorf to Frankfurt, which is a very short and actually most of the time unnecessary flight. So let me explain why I took this short flight. Obviously it was not planned like that. I wanted to take the train from Düsseldorf to Frankfurt, where I had to be at a certain time because I had a flight the next very early morning. So I had to make sure to arrive there on time to catch some sleep. And so I arrived at Düsseldorf in the morning and wanted just to take the local trains to Frankfurt. But as I was at the station, the train was delayed and more delayed and eventually cancelled. And then they announced that the whole track is closed currently, and we should all move from the station Düsseldorf Airport to the station Düsseldorf Airport Terminal, and from there we could take the S-Bahn. So it takes about 20 to 25 minutes to get there, especially if everybody wants to go there at the same time. Once I arrived at the station terminal, 3 S-Bahns were cancelled as well. At the last one they also said it's cancelled due to the closure of the track. And also it was announced that there might be a problem in the afternoon with trains in Germany due to a big storm coming up, and so I spontaneously booked a ticket for this flight, as it was the only way to get to Frankfurt on time, because of course in a situation like this you will not get a taxi or you will pay a lot of money for a rental car. I considered taking the ICE from the main station in Düsseldorf, but a lot of them were also cancelled due to the closure, and it was not sure if I will make it and how to get to the main station. So in the end the plane was the only option, and here we are on board a Lufthansa A321, and I will soon tell you a bit more about the plane, but first let's watch the takeoff. So now that we are in the air, I can tell you a bit more about the plane. It has the registration DAISU, and it's christened on the name Nördlingen after the German city of Nördlingen, like most of the planes of Lufthansa. It is almost 14 years old, was built in 2009, and since then it's flying for Lufthansa. It is still in the old livery of Lufthansa, and the plane was almost completely fully booked, which appears to be strange to have such a big plane fully booked on a short route from Düsseldorf to Frankfurt, which is about 1.5 to 2 hours by train. But of course, as the trains were cancelled, I think I was not the only one who's taking the plane instead of the train. And also, if you're living near Düsseldorf, or Düsseldorf is your nearest airport, and you have a long distance flight with Lufthansa, in many cases you will have to change planes in Frankfurt, and of course you're taking the plane instead of the train for the short leg to Frankfurt, because otherwise you would have to take care of your luggage, and if you take the plane you can just drop off your luggage in Düsseldorf, and then you don't have to care about it anymore until you reach your final destination. So in this case the plane is just way more convenient, and that's why the plane was almost fully booked. And I was very happy that we still have these short leg flights in Germany, even though of course they're controversial. In this case the plane was just the only reliable option on how to get to Frankfurt in time, because on the next morning I had another flight which I could not miss, and it was starting at 4:55 in the morning, and I needed to catch some sleep before boarding this plane, so I had to arrive in Frankfurt today. So plane was my only option, and I was very lucky to get at least a kind of reasonable price for the ticket. If I would have taken a taxi to the main station Düsseldorf and from there book a new ICE ticket, it would have been about the same price. But as there was the storm coming up, I am not sure at what time I would have arrived if I would have been trying to catch an ICE to Frankfurt. But I heard that there have been a lot of problems in the afternoon due to the storm, with some fallen trees blocking tracks and causing big problems. Here we are now already approaching Frankfurt, flying over the cities of Hanau and Offenbach. Here we can see Offenbach right now. I was on the left side, so of course I do not have the amazing view of the skyline of Frankfurt, but I was happy that I got a window seat at all, as I have never booked a flight this spontaneously just a few hours before leaving. And here we are landing in Frankfurt. Catering on board of this very short flight consists of a piece of chocolate, that's it. Of course there's no time to offer a full service, but the chocolate is from the company Koppener, which is making very nice chocolate, so this was quite nice. And anyway, you don't need catering on a flight of about like 20 to 30 minutes flight time plus starting and landing, so in total it was about less than an hour from Düsseldorf to Frankfurt. And once landed in Frankfurt, I was very happy that I arrived there on time to go to my hotel, catch some sleep and be ready for my next flight very early tomorrow morning. This flight will also be the topic of the next video. And here we are reaching our parking position, luckily directly at the gate, so I can fastly leave the plane, collect my luggage, and then going to my hotel, the Be Mine hotel right next to the airport. A brand new and very nice and fancy hotel. As you can see, my room here looking very nice. So it's a very nice hotel, I can recommend it. If you have to stay at the Frankfurt airport overnight, I can recommend taking the Be Mine hotel. And here you can see a time-lapse of a part of the storm. Of course it's not looking too spectacular here on this video, but it caused a lot of problems, especially with the train traffic here around Frankfurt. And in the evening I went to the rooftop restaurant for dinner, and after that of course I went to sleep, as I had to get up very early on the next morning. And that's it for this video. I hope it was interesting for you. Here you can see the name of the song and when the next video will be uploaded. As always, I'd like to say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video.